Welcome to Designopotamus as Hangar, episode 1.
Episode 90 of Wingman's Hangar.
Oh.
I'm Eric Wingman Peterson.
And I'm supposed to be in charge here. I'm Rob Designopotamus Irving.
Yeah, you are in charge. For Happy Chinese New Year.
Indeed.
Happy New Year to all our fans in China.
Confetti.
Woo. Let the crazy dragon fireworks begin.
We should have brought some noisemakers.
Yeah, we should have. If you're new to the show, this is everything that goes on with the making of Descent Underground as we pluck the title Descent out of Interplay's sock drawer and bring it back and reboot it for you guys and for us. First of all, thank you to our new backers that have come along. These are the folks that have signed up on our site. We also have a bunch on Steam and on GOG and Amazon.
They're
and everywhere. It's starting to grow. I love it, love it. Tons more of you guys everywhere. Keep spreading the word. That is the #1 thing we need. Week in review, well, Proving Grounds release. We released the Proving Grounds, and what were we testing in there? The Valor?
The new dynamic lighting on Valor, which looks pretty good. It's a little dark, but you know, that's you know, some people like it dark.
We also have trainee mode versus AI. We're having we're putting the difficulty settings in for versus AI.
There's a lot more to be done with that.
Yeah,
It's not done yet.
But they're Proving Grounds guys are testing it.
Yeah, but they can test at least the bots changing.
And quad lasers have gone a little spready.
Spready.
Spready. Depends on your
that a
ship
word?
type. It is. It's totally. I used it in Words with Friends. We're also taking the advanced loader into a more high poly version so that we get it in the game and looking sweet.
It's looking pretty cool.
It is. Well, it's looking scary.
That's cool.
It's got those arms and teeth and
yeah,
I like it.
It looks like that exactly.
And we're doing in our map kit we have the pieces that we made for Dead Morose, and now we're turning those pieces into rocky bits to put in the map kit. So
ready for rocks.
Well, you know what? While I burp, let's take a look at Studio Snapshot. Love seeing what those guys are up to. It's really cool to see. And by the way, we're working on the auto map, man, the mini map.
Thorny technical problem, but
it is. But it's also going to be really cool. What did we do? We threw a Pixley at it. Oh,
that's gotta hurt.
It's okay then. Anyway, we got that working. You guys are going to like seeing that when it's in. And single player breakdown. We are breaking down every one of the missions. What ships you're going to unlock in there. What upgrades we're going to give you, all that kind of stuff has been put in a spreadsheet while we're making the maps at the same time. So we're aiming for quite a few hours of single player. It's going to be kind of fun. Hopefully you guys will like it. Again, Proving Grounds people, if you're in the Proving Grounds, get ready to test because that's where it's coming next, coming to you guys first. Because once we get single player, it's going to be where? Out of early access.
Yay!
It'll be done. Now let's take a look at our Steam Review of the Week.
Welcome to our Steam Review of the Week, where we find a reviewer out there from our community who has given us the most positive review we can find.
From Steam, we've got, so far, been very impressed. Oh, it's from Kid Fusion 3000.
That's helpful information.
I rarely back an early access game, but since this one had Descent in the title, I had to give it a shot. The fact that the dev studio was founded by a former member of the Star Citizen team helped. Well, a lot of us were.
A lot of those.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 of us. Gameplay is shaping up to feel very much like the first Descent games, which I found to be superior to D3. The dev team releases regular patches, and the game supports a number of features like VR and DX12. Well, sort of DX12. The devs take feedback seriously and watch the forums and even reply to concerns there. That's true. Thank you very much, Kid Fusion. You are this week's Steam Review of the Week. Love reading those reviews. It's definitely worth taking a look at. We don't read a lot of negative ones on the show for some reason.
It's too hard on our egos.
And we have had a few people from other games that are trying to start a war come there, and we don't want to do that.
We're not taking the bait.
We love all problems or projects or whatever the hell. We just like, we like coffee.
We love coffee.
Love the coffee.
Coffee.
You know what else we like? What time is it?
What time is it?
It's time for forum feedback.
Hello to everybody. Hola.
All right, our first question from George. Just George.
Not from the jungle?
Yeah, no, just George. What if you utilize the AI for a survival map where the tunnels are infested by some sort of space monsters like a megabot or a space amoeba?
like the Huerta from Star Trek, perhaps.
I think it was just Horta, but
was it Horta?
Yeah, I think a Huerta is something else. But
okay,
it's a hospital in Mass Effect.
Okay,
oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. I forgot about that. Huerta Memorial.
So space amoebas. Well, to be, I mean, not to go too far down the path of in what we're working on right now, phase 1. I don't think we have organic life planned for tunnels and space kind of things, but at some future iteration, I know we do have plans to introduce it like an alien race, but that's just not now.
Yeah, but in terms of bots, right? We are going to have plenty of bots, and
yes,
some of them might be kind of big.
Really big. Maybe even mega.
Well, some are big, mega, yeah, but not amoeba-ish.
Yeah.
Well, so we could have like a gray goo monster.
Well, amoebas are single-celled animals, and we already have Kaji.
Oh, being mean on Kaji already.
Oh, yeah. He's got to get up and get pizza at some point. I know it.
Oh, it's because he doesn't have his Stein handy.
Not today. But if you remember Disney's Atlantis, for example, there was this big Leviathan. And I think something like this would be cool as a boss monster in a really big room. Yeah, Leviathan. I don't know.
You're right. Leviathan. You're close.
Leviathan. Okay. Yeah, but this is really a big thingy, and might be cool to fight against one of this.
Or inside of one.
I really loved to play Monster Hunter back in the days on the Wii. So these things are huge, and they are like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh,
who knows?
I think we may have something really big.
Well, big, but it doesn't necessarily have to be organic.
Not a squid.
Is that a moon?
What's the show? Was it Farscape? They were inside the
living ship. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to our second question from Omnom Orc on GOG. Why does picking up a second laser upgrade your lasers? Shouldn't you get a second bullet? Why can't I upgrade Vulcan or Plasma?
Rob?
Part of it is that it's in the tradition of the original Descent, of course, that the lasers upgrade as you go. But yes, you're eventually going to be able to upgrade Vulcan. That is certainly part of our tech tree item list. Plasma's not on there yet. That doesn't mean that won't happen in some future iteration.
And if you want the silly lore explanation for why lasers upgrade, I can give you one.
Oh noes.
I think they do. Come on, man. Give us the lore key.
Alrighty. Well, as you can see, the lasers are not actually a beam weapon. They are more of a blaster. And while they do project an invisible laser in atmospheric conditions to ionize a path through the air to maintain the cohesion of the bolt, what you're actually seeing is an ionized plasma. It's an older version of the plasma cannon that uses laser initiators. And when you pick up additional laser cannons, your ship is actually taking those extra initiators. And so a higher level laser has more initiators so that the little pellet that's converted to plasma, more of it is converted to plasma at a higher temperature, which is why the bolts do more damage.
That was pretty good. That didn't sound like alternative facts at all.
In addition,
I don't even know what to say about all that.
In addition, if you want more lasers, find a quad laser. That'll give you more lasers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. More bolts everywhere.
More pellets.
More pellet plasma.
This was so tricky.
Yeah, it felt like Data if you had a little less inflection in his voice.
Yes, Captain. All right. Moving on. From Phazon Eater.
Why would you eat that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just Phazon Eater says, I'm a Kickstarter backer and I want a GOG key instead of a Steam key. How can I do that?
Well, Keith, why don't you take that one then?
All right. Well, the easiest thing to do is if you go to the main page of our website, make sure that right in the first page on the right-hand side, there's going to be a little thing that says link Kickstarter pledge. You click that and set up an account, and it'll using the same email as your Kickstarter email. And then you can just submit a support request and say, hey, I'd rather have a GOG key instead of a Steam key, and we'll get you all squared away that way. And since Phazon Eater's on our forums, Phazon Eater, all you need to do is just send us a support request.
Yep. We'll sort you out.
All right. Next question from PISC 2008 or PISC 2008 on Steam. Did you remove the fusion in Valor? It used to be in the big pillar room, and it's not there anymore.
No, it's not removed. It's still
Somebody's
happily
moving
in
stuff
Valor.
around.
It's happily there. You just have to find it. But it's
Yeah,
there.
someone squirreled it away really, really well. The only reason I ever found out where it was is because I can look outside the map in editor.
So you had to cheat to find it.
Well, I found it by accident. I wasn't looking for it. I was
really?
doing other stuff.
It's not like Rob did. Who went in there and said,
Pixley
hey,
wasn't-
where's the
Pixley
fusion
wasn't-
pickup? Take me to it, camera.
Pixley wasn't looking for the fusion. Wink, wink. Right. So yeah, you got to find it. It's in there.
All right.
There's some things that are hidden. I'll give one hint. When you play Mobius, you have that secret room you found, right? That's down in the corner where the Mega is. Something like that.
All right, so secret rooms. Suggest there might be secret rooms in other maps too.
There should be. But that's a secret.
Don't want them to be in every map, though. That would get old. We put them.
No, they're pretty cool in every map.
Very exciting.
They're pretty cool.
Yes, we know.
Speaking of which, those of you on the Proving Grounds should try Versus Bots in Coliseum on Hotshot. There's something I've never seen before in there, and I'm not going to say what it is.
Sweet.
All right. Next
difficulty
question.
settings, right? Difficulty
Well, there's
settings.
difficulty settings, but there's something in the difficulty settings on that particular map in Hotshot difficulty.
Cool.
All right. And next question from BL1539. BL1539. Is there an invisibility power-up? I think that there should be an invisibility power-up.
A cloaking one.
Cloaking.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. We do have plans for one, but it's just not in yet. It's on the list. I think the biggest thing we're working on right now, that's one of those, we could put that in at the end, later towards the end. Right now we're working on auto map, which is the biggest thing. Right, Tyler?
Yes, it's fun and not terrible and not trying to eat all of my RAM when I try to generate the vertices for it.
More RAM!
How much RAM do you have there, Pixley?
16 gigs total. I've got 4 gigs that are basically in use all the time, so basically 12 that are available to the engine, and it all gets eaten.
That is a big auto map.
Yeah, I need more dedicated WAM.
Yeah,
or better maths.
Whamming speed,
Whamming speed. Oh man. I'm sorry, you started to say something, Pixley, and then we all went crazy.
Oh, I was just going to agree. Yes, there are some better maths that need to happen, and it's frustrating me that I haven't figured out what it is yet. As of this recording. Hopefully by the time you all in TV land see this, it will be resolved, and I will be happy.
TV land.
TV land. All right. Next question from Muffaletta NOLA.
That's Muffaletta and New Orleans, yeah.
Oh, okay. New Orleans. Okay.
It's a sandwich in New Orleans, yeah.
Oh, I think I've seen those at is it Jason's Deli?
Yeah, they're fantastic. They're like the kind of a big bready kind of. Yeah, they're good.
Okay.
Mufladas.
Anyway, the question wasn't about sandwiches. It was, are you guys going to PAX South this weekend?
I wish.
Yeah, no, we're not. We have a limited budget around here, and so unless we partner with somebody else, we generally, can't do those shows. So PAX South is last year we partnered with Alienware and others, and right now we're focused on single player. So we're just focused on finishing the game rather than going out there and showing it off. So we got to get single player done. So wish we're not though.
Yeah,
However,
not even going as my own dang self.
there is one person who got tickets. Elf. So if you're dev hunting, get Elf's autograph.
Give Elf a bunch of keys to give away down there if he wants, man. Let him have some fun.
Yeah.
I hear him giggling in the background back there. So
Yeah, I think he's on another call. But anyway, last question from Gigiz. I don't know. It's GEGEZZ.
GG's.
Yeah. Is it possible to shoot lights to darken an area? I think that would make stealth tactics more fun.
also would make headlights more usable, but we don't have that in yet. No.
Now that we are using dynamic lighting, we could, in theory.
Yeah.
We could do that. We could.
If we decide to continue with it, yes, that would be possible.
Yeah, the hard thing would be that you don't want to make it so easy to where just every map ends up black because a random bolt hits it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely don't want that.
So it's sort of a juggling act in terms of that, and it does require dynamic lighting, like you guys mentioned, right?
Yeah, dynamic lighting is in test right now in Proving Grounds. We want to make sure that first of all, it looks fantastic. We all agree, but we want to make sure that we don't kill everybody's experience. Like, it's how much is it better for you? Is it worse for you? And so far, the initial tests are. Some people are seeing improved results, 10 to 20% of better frame rate. Others are seeing, 10, 20% or 10% degradation on their results. So as long as it stays in that area, we'll probably go with it because it looks so much better than the other. But we can't have too much to where, people of a certain graphic. What do we have? 560s are low end on the NVIDIA scale?
550 Ti is our min spec as of the moment.
And we haven't tested on that. I think that's pretty much what Darkwing's running somewhere in there. And he's getting 40 to 60 frames a second on there with dynamic when he usually gets about 50 to 60, 70. So anything below that almost becomes unplayable. So we're still deciding whether dynamic is the way to go. I'll tell you one thing dynamic does do is it takes our footprint of the maps each map is now about 15 times smaller, at least on your footprint on your hard drive than it would be without it.
Yeah, note that's 15 times, not 15%.
Yeah, I think I think the map was Valor was 2 gig. No, was it Valor?
Valor was about 500 megs, and it went to 26, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, there you go.
And the thing about that is that we're seeing on higher end machines that don't use SSDs that their performance seems to be going up because they're not getting the disk hit from the giant light builds.
So it's a balancing act. We're still weighing the options, but to be honest with you, the dynamic lighting, I would say we're probably going to go all dynamic because it just looks that much better. And, graphics cards are getting better. They'll be able to handle it. Not sure the Oculus will, but
But it lets us shoot out the lights sometimes.
Yeah, it gives us more. Anything that gives us more gameplay and looks better is probably a win for us.
Love doing those things. Remember, see what color shirt we're wearing to see if we're filming it on the same day.
I'm wearing this shirt around just in case.
Yeah, we're gonna mess with them. Some of us will be in the same shirt, some of us won't. Now it's time for this week's Most Valuable Post. Welcome to Most Valuable Post, where we recognize a member of our community who's made a positive contribution to Descent Underground. This week, we honor someone who's been organizing a large group to play together on certain nights to help us test the game and also just for fun. And who knows, maybe that'll be the beginning of some ladders or tournaments, even player-run organizations. So congratulations, DEF CON X. You made this week's most valuable post. Thank you very much, DEF CON X. We love the community getting out there. And
he's been a huge
Yes, and we would like to live stream more, but it's just a matter of make the game, live stream, make the game, live stream. So we appreciate you guys getting out there doing that. And by the way, speaking of the game, did you see the game last night?
Well,
welcome back. If you're just watching us, we've got Spade Malshoy of the Psycho Swarm. Thank you for your time, Spade.
Hey, thank you. I love having the opportunity to connect with the fans outside the cockpit.
Before the break, we were discussing the Swarm's recent victory over the Sabres in the knockout round. Next up is a dueling round, and P3 has just learned your opponents will be the Melbourne Missiles. How are your odds of reaching the Sky Cup finals?
Well, the Missiles. Laura Sarah, Ironheart, she's a pretty good captain. Good coordination, tight discipline. I'm looking forward to it, honestly.
So you think they're going to win then?
I didn't say that. She's a good captain with a good team. Now, of course, we're better. Now, I heard she got skunked on a rescue mission by a couple of AAR rookies a couple months back. So, yeah, discipline is all well and good, but we're called the Psycho Swarm for a reason. We're, what's that business philosopher called it? Oh, yeah, change leaders. We initiate the change and force our opponents to adapt to us.
You heard it here on P3 first, folks. Swarm over the Missiles in the dueling round. So, Spade, will it be 2-0, or will Melbourne take it to 3 games?
I'm thinking 2-1. They're pretty good. Besides, more games means more fun for the fans, am I right?
Speaking of fans, who are you fighting for? Any special someone back on Earth?
Well, how could I possibly choose between all the lovely fans whose pictures I have? Well, there is one. You know who you are.
Well, moving on. A lot of fans have asked us about life in space. What can you tell us about life on a harvester?
Well, the food's not bad. More hot sauce. Seriously, it's not much different from living in an Arco. Not the tip-top executive areas, but the general residences. Smaller, of course, because it's a ship. But climate controlled, pretty safe. You sometimes forget you're in space unless you look out a window or they spin down the crew quarters for maneuvers.
So no zero-G hanky-panky?
I didn't say none.
All right, then. One last question. What advice would you give an aspiring rock jock?
Well, I think the first thing is to get used to hard work. A lot of the kids I grew up with thought, a tour in space was a ticket to Easy Street. Well, it's not. You have to work every day, practicing your reflexes and spatial relations just to get a chance at one of the academies. And then once you're there, it's more reflexes and 3D stuff, plus math and technical skills, astrogeology, and that's before you even get to fly a simulator. So you know what? Knuckle down and work, and if by some lucky chance you make it up here, keep working hard. It might look easy on the vids, but it's not, I can tell you that. Every day is a new challenge, and you have to want this.
Thank you, Spade. Stay tuned for the live coverage of the Fusion Gate scandal.
And that's why I think you should always wear pants when you're playing basketball.
Totally. Totally agree with that. You only want one bouncing ball on that court. All right.
It's important.
So here's our agents and streamers of the underground. Thank you guys very much for streaming our product, the game. It helps us spread the word. We need more of you doing it. We really do need your help getting the word out there. We're getting to a point where we're single players coming, and that's when the audience is going to go.
And the multiplayer's hopping.
Multiplayer is good. It's good. It's fun. It's right in there. Yeah, team-based especially is really good.
Speaking of multiplayer, you should be joining us right after the show because we'll be playing multiplayer with everyone out there.
That's right. We'll be playing. We'll probably show. Sometimes we show you new stuff coming. Other times we get in there and hammer away the mines.
Come and kick Wingman's ass.
Yeah, it's not very hard. You may feel good for you, but it's pretty. It's pretty normal occurrence on the day-to-day thing. So what are we working on this week coming up?
Coffee.
Okay. Single-player missions. Single-player missions.
There's not much more to be said. It's like single player.
We also have we're doing map kit pieces, which we talked about earlier, and bots. So
which all leads to single player.
Yeah, I mean,
it's amazing.
We're crafting the whole experience for you guys, and We watched, I think, a playthrough, a fast playthrough, where they got through Descent 2 in 40 minutes.
That's impressive.
Yeah, we don't want that to ever happen.
Well, if you're that good, I mean, I'm not going to complain. If you're
41 minutes at least, we got to beat that.
If you've practiced our game 450 times, 40 minutes doesn't bother me.
Yeah, well, that's true, I guess. But we'll be longer than 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank you to our agency, Underground, for streaming our show. Best thing you can do is help us spread the word. In that regard, join us on our Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. You know, anywhere we are, we need you guys there as well. YouTube channels, be there, sign up, follow along, spread the word, tell people what's going on. That is your job. We have the contract to making the game. You have the contract to helping us spread the word, whether you wanted to or not.
Drag more people into this wonderful community.
Yeah, it's been a great community, honestly.
It is a fantastic
community. And get on that regard, put your feedback in the forums. Let us know what you like, what you think needs to be better, what you like about it, what you don't like about it, where we need to be. We need your help. We only have 10 people, 6 full-time, 4 part-time, and so it really helps us to get
Who's the hottest member of the team? Probably Pixley.
Yeah, for sure.
It's probably going to be Pixley.
Yeah.
That fan club. Duh.
Where are we going to see him? Underground.
Yeah.